This is my first rant, I guess, for this channel. It's not really going to be like an angry, yelling, screaming kind of rant, but something I just want to bring to attention, I guess. I've just been noticing that like frozen foods, canned goods, boxed meals, anything have just been getting more and more unhealthy. And it's funny because they're actually trying to like say that they're healthier. But if you actually look at the nutrition facts, sodium has gone up like 10–20% in most of these things, and they're saying that they're no longer using preservatives, like chemical preservatives, artificial preservatives. Um, and so it's not unhealthy for you anymore. But what they're doing instead to preserve this stuff is using salt, which is really probably worse than the chemical preservatives, because instead of like that little risk of cancer later on down the road from all these chemicals, you have this massive risk of heart disease, heart attacks, you know, clogged arteries, stuff like that, strokes, all of that. And it's just, they're not telling you these things, and it's scary. I mean, the chemicals they're using to preserve these things are scary, but the sodium content on these things is terrifying, because what people don't realize is they say like, oh, 25% sodium. They don't realize that there's 3 servings in it, or 2.5, 2 servings in it. So that's actually, 40, 60, even sometimes like 80% of your daily sodium in one little can, and people don't think about that. 20, 30, 40 years down the road, all these people that are eating this stuff might like have some terrible health effects from it. And it's honestly, it scares me, and I don't know what it is like that's actually going to happen, but I don't really want to find out. And it's so hard to eat like healthy, like actually like go to the market and pick up like real food and cook like a real meal. It's too expensive. Like you can't afford to do it these days. So, you're eating ramen, you're eating frozen food, you're eating canned soup, canned whatever, all these boxed meals, and you're literally putting yourself into an early grave. I mean, people say fast food's the worst stuff you can eat, when it's really not. Because, yeah, it's bad, but so is everything else you buy from the supermarket that isn't fresh. And even the fresh produce and the meat and stuff is terrifying. As I talked about, the pink slime is in the meat. There's pesticides covering all of the fruits and vegetables. There's salmonella and everything. Like, it's just, the state of food that we're being forced to eat in this country is terrifying. And there's a great documentary, Food Inc., that I watched. And it literally was just the most eye-opening, jaw-dropping thing I've ever watched. The it's terrifying. They show the fields where the cows that are raised to be slaughtered are living, and it's literally just dirt. It's dirt and feces, and they're forced to eat corn and secondhand products, and cows' digestive systems can't handle that. It causes sickness, it causes infections, it causes serious issues with these cows, and then they're killing them and being sent to your local supermarket. And nothing's being done about it. Cows are meant to eat grass. We are literally the test subject for these, cows that are being fed cheaper products to save all the money, and it's scary because, like I said, we don't know what the effects are of all these things, but we're eating it regardless. So who knows what's going to happen to us later on down the road. And I'm honestly terrified. I mean, it just seems that everything that we use in our daily lives somehow causes some kind of health issue. Deodorant causes cancer, shampoos, body wash and stuff. There's always like little ingredients that nobody thinks of that are linked to cause cancer. Artificial sweeteners, have like weird like links to like liver and like kidney and cancer and like issues, and it's scary. Um, because there's that whole movement where people stop, like, we're like, we can't use real sugar, it causes diabetes, we have to use artificial sweeteners, and now it's just like artificial sweeteners are worse than sugar is in the first place. Oh my god, and do you guys remember that whole hype with the acai berry? Like, people were claiming that it, like, cured cancer and, like, made blind men see, and it turned out to be, like, this useless shit. Like, antioxidants are in everything, really, and yet, like, the acai berry was some, like, massive breakthrough that was gonna literally cure the world of all of its ailments, and it was just a whole load of bullshit. That's what these companies are doing. They're saying that they have the latest, greatest thing, it's healthy, and it's not. Um, you know, I think it was, what, Campbell's that, released that whole heart healthy line, and it's funny because they use a preservative, and it's BPA, which actually causes heart disease. It is actually linked to cause heart disease. This is the chemical that they use in the soup. And yet it's heart healthy because it's lower on sodium. And it's just, you really just, you can't find anything that's actually safe to, consume or even to be around anymore. It's really scary. Um, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, my guess, we're probably gonna all turn into, like, mutated radioactive creatures or something. It's honestly just scary to think about that, all this stuff that we're eating that we don't even think twice about, or we eat because we think it's healthy for us and we want to watch our weight, and it ends up, giving us cancer, or, giving us heart disease. And I actually found out just recently that, like, deli meat and stuff, people are always, like, grossed out because, like, there's just been all these, like, stories of, trichinosis, listeria, Salmonella, E. coli in the sandwich meat, and it's really funny because in order to prevent that, lunch meats are sprayed down with viruses that kill the bacteria. They're viruses that have, like, like that empty cells or something, and it eats the bacteria, and it uh, takes the harmless, or the harmful parts out, and makes it harmless. And the viruses are apparently harmless to humans, but still, you're like, it's what the things these people are doing to prevent, these issues are actually seeming to cause more issues, and they're just terrifying. Like, it doesn't make any sense that, to stop a scary issue, that they create 10 new ones.
Jesus Christ, it's not witty, it's not charming, it's not funny, it's stupid.
Oh, for God's sake, shut up!